In the dynamic realm of architectural education, innovation is not merely a slogan but a guiding principle that shapes the transformative journey of both educator and student alike. As I reflect on my 20-year teaching procession, I can testify about the acceleration of technological advancements and societal changes. Such paradigm shift promptly urges academics to rethink curriculum structures and methodologies via evolutional programs, in conjunction with progressive formats, resolutely fostering an intrepid culture of experimentation. The ALBA Speculative Architecture Matrix blueprints its framework within this context, serving as a catalyst for cultivating transdisciplinary protocols while nurturing an emergent student community of dedicated resources and innovative creators. The subsequent proposal deploys an interconnected constellation of experimental works, spanning from 2005 until 2024, bridging the Arch third year to Arch sixth year in one act, with a distinctive focus on the latest 2023 to present date selection. In a build-up of synthetic depiction, we venture into the domains of spatial speculation and immersive unbuilt environments, blurring the boundaries between the tangible and the virtual. Substantial constructs thoroughly feed on existential concepts. All through a fusion of algorithmic artistry with a batch of engineered imagery, our kaleidoscopic briefcase displays a meticulous curation of digital artifacts along fictional sceneries, where prospects become metaportals to possible futures. A matricial progression seeks to subvert the limitations of conventional pedagogical processes, with a set of divergent protocols, deliberately ranging from linguistic ecologies to existential aesthetics, thoroughly engaging post-anthropic narratives through machine-driven politics, converging into metaphysical syncretism.
I wanted to share some good news from my end. I have been promoted to senior architect, only a year after. During the ceremony we held in the office yesterday, we had to present an achievement we are proud of. I chose my first architectural act, Amalgam. When the book's cover was screened, I cannot tell you how much everyone's eyes popped out. Honestly, even our global design director was looking at it with so much appreciation. I am truly grateful to every precious session we had, and what a great mentor on all levels you have been to me. I do trust that I will be using this knowledge base as a quest to always pushing the limits.
I have learned and unlearned many things through your V-Studio. V for virtual, visual, visceral, and vanguard. V for verification, veracity, and virtuosity. Unexpectedly, my V-Studio experience was one of discovery, but it also allowed me to realize the transgression-transfiguration system. It is not an overstatement that this project complexified a personal affinity for experimentation, a total shift in my human relations, a new understanding of behavior, trauma, and memory. The V-Studio and you allowed me to harness darkness in a new way, to use disaster to create order, to use order to subdue chaos. You changed me in a way that only a handful of people did, only in a few weeks.
Mr. Sammer has always been the one to encourage us to experiment, break boundaries, challenge and test our ideas in the studio and outside of it. He taught us that we, as architects, are not just builders, but we are prophets of beauty, broadcasters of ideas, and tellers of stories. The experimental atelier provides a platform for spatial speculation. It is a fascinating ground for discussion around ways of looking at architecture.
The experimental platform is an ongoing challenge.
A precious opportunity to come to terms with the academic ready-made.
The V-Studio is the place where we could express our thoughts in relevant social and political issues.
So I just needed to say thank you. I never thought I could go this far, even if it's just the beginning. You pushed me so hard at a time when I honestly lost faith in everything. The Beirut blast was my point break, after a series of misfortunes. But you showed me, us, in a way, how to turn this rage into a productive force. And you embodied passion, a true passion that never fades or loses its purpose in the face of tragedies, but only grows stronger with time. A passion that calls to something way bigger or higher than what we experience in our daily routines.
Student Success Stories, Edition 2023. Our students' accomplishments stand as powerful indicators, encapsulating a qualitative revolution within the mainstream of architectural discourse and production at the school, culminating in a groundbreaking cohort of prized master theses. Addressing a broad tapestry of real-world topics, our narratives range from ecological activism, cultural syncretism, social inclusivity, and alternative politics, to artificial intelligence. Every project delves deep into the core of a distinct cause, weaving together threads of novelty, empathy, and actionable strategies, thus leaving significant imprints on local societies. Earned by Perla Khoury, 2021.
Species of bionic miniatures are combined, augmented, modified, and adapted to morph series of human scale structures. Symbiotically paired via programmatic fusions with the endangered forest's natural ecosystem, this techno-vernacular biotope infiltrates the topographic landscape, sculpting the land's biomass. Its troglodytic underground layers integrate organic routings and nested cavities, where roaming visitors are guided through labyrinthine networks with hidden chambers, unearthing endemic varieties of fauna and flora. The urn, a vertical landmark, extrudes towards the sky. This monumental structure stands as a memorial receptacle, preserving the forest's physical essence in digital ashes, a timeless sanctuary where past ecologies thrive, for future generations to safeguard and sustain.
Sync by Joe Takla, 2022. History has witnessed moments of human convergence throughout centuries. The act of pilgrimage is practiced in many civilizations since the beginning of times. Syncretism is a transritualistic culture. Posthumanism implies the dismantling of strict dualisms and boundaries between biological and machinic, physical and virtual, in a way that aligns humans, machines, and environments, treating them as equal entities. The epicenter portrays a speculative journey and a place of transcendence that gives rise to the mind and the body, the observer and the observed, allowing the pilgrims to see deeper into the unconsciousness of their own existence, while discovering the wonders and portals of the cyber ecology embedded in the Hermel Plateau. Draft by Rami Anka, 2023. This thesis project speculates on a formal vocabulary, extracted from an eclectic patrimonial Beiruti context, as it aims to draw a partnership between AI imaging procedures and analog human exchange. Draft, in its intricate morphogenesis, manifests itself as an infrastructural tectonic geoformation, globed around a data center that bridges informative analysis and architectural language. Data streaming, generation, modulation, simulation and investigation, all originate and fluctuate in a matrix of deep mappings and deepfakes. Users are seamlessly driven through intelligent operations, in a flux of spatial navigation. Ultimately, the grounded compound is crowned with the Ministry of Intelligence, a colossal monolith erecting through the urban skyline, like a temple on a hill. Boy, by Gilles Chaouan, 2023. A performative strategy calls for a suitable host, and in our local reality, we find it in the Grand Theatre of Beirut, a structure that has weathered transformative conditions throughout its tumultuous history, yet it holds a connective heritage potential, thus becoming a transgressive stage, an inclusive space that defies the oppressive traits of modern urban environments. The Grand Theatre serves henceforth as a socio-cultural catalyst, blurring the boundaries between body and technology, offering a dynamic carnival, where estranged objects and animated artifacts mingle in a playful spectacle. The atypical architectural scenery unfolds in a carefully orchestrated landscape, featuring a versatile interplay of hidden figures, interactive mechanisms, and immersive experiences. Demo by Karim Faraz, 2024. The Lebanese governmental system has been determined to be corrupt. Traditional spaces for representation have become exclusive and obsolete. Beirut is littered with political monuments, none of which represents the nation's population. Democracy will shift into cyberocracy, a new digital governance that bypasses the politician, turning regular citizens into active decision-makers. The alternative political space is divided in two tiers. Tier 1, demo, is the hardware, or spatial apparatus, enabling people to access the simulation. Demo exists in the physical realm, in the Beirut Central District. Demo is an anti-monument. Tier 2, sim, is the software, or simulation, upgrading users into policy shapers. Sim exists in the virtual realm, moderated by an unbiased AI. Sim is the alternative parliament. Derived Alumni Legion pursues prestigious degrees in vanguard institutions worldwide, garnering regional and international recognition, braced with versatile proficiency from academia to field expertise and beyond. All routed trajectories, mapped. A vibrant array of emancipated architects and scholars thrive within our community, embracing the potential of spatial speculation to transgress frontiers, question normative forms and provoke radical thoughts.
It was a very instinctive choice for me to develop my architectural thesis within the speculative matrix. I explored the role that machine learning and artificial intelligence uphold in architecture practice, something that I now specialize and extend in my professional career, well after graduation. At the time, Samit had created a safe and nurturing space for me to further develop alternative methods of conception. I will always look back and cherish those early days under Samer's guidance and look forward and anticipate to any future exchange.
Samer's unconventional methods challenged conventional norms, urging us to explore beyond the ordinary. Through his guidance, I learned to see architecture as more than just structures. It became a medium for innovation and expression. His passion for pushing the envelope inspired me to break free from traditional confines and embrace creativity fearlessly. Samer's teachings weren't just about buildings, they were about reshaping perspective and embracing the unknown. Thanks to him, I will always approach my career with boldness and curiosity. Samer's influence continues to shape not just my work, but my entire outlook on life.
Joining Samurai Studio at ALBA has profoundly influenced my work, and it continues to do so today, either academically or professionally. The major shift for me was realizing that an architectural project does not necessarily have to start with a very clear intention, and that instead the concept driving the work can be revealed and can evolve as the work goes forward.
The impact of Professor Samarai's program has been immense and has had a propelling effect. It taught me how to move away from practical applications and existing paradigms to embrace a more interdisciplinary approach to architecture, incorporating computational design and biomimicry principles into my workflow. This accompanied me throughout my studies at SCI-Arc's EDGE program, where I continued to develop a more expansive understanding of architecture.
The Experimental Studio and the ALBA Speculative Architecture Matrix have been more than just educational platforms. They have been a source of inspiration and a beacon to the future. Under Samer's visionary leadership, the Matrix became a crucible for innovation, challenging us to transcend traditional architectural boundaries. It taught me to embrace both human and computational languages, preparing me for a journey through the 21st century where architecture expands beyond the tangible to embrace the virtual dimension. This path has led me to Paris, where I am currently striving to integrate new disciplines into my understanding of what architecture can be.
I believe as a teacher that the most important part of becoming a good designer and a great architect really starts from the school. And this is where Samurai was pivotal in exposing us to new technology, to novel ways of thinking and designing spaces that were really at the cutting edge of design thinking, and a really different way to look at architecture and understand it. He was an inspirational and passionate teacher from whom I learned so much and still carry in my teaching and in my work.
شاركت بألبا Speculative Architecture Matrix خلتني أعيد النظر كلياً بالطريقة اللي بشوف فيها العمارة. الشغل مع مسيو سامري تشجعني أن أكون جريئة وبنفس الوقت مبتكرة وندخل عناصر تخيلية بتتخطى القواعد التقليدية.
الاستوديو نمى قدراتي وطاقتي الذهنية والشخصية من خلال دمج التخصصات المتعددة، ومن جهة تانية الاستوديو علمني إنه لما نتملك جميع البيانات الضرورية للحلم ما بيكون في حدود لقدام.
مشاركتي خلتني أعيد التفكير بالتوازن بين النظرية والتطبيق. هالاستوديو خلاني كون مستوى عالي كتير بالتفكير النقدي تجاه المواضيع، وهيدا الشيء بشجعني كطالبة أسأل عن الافتراضات واستكشف الاحتمالات البديلة.
Our exploration, encapsulated within the bot reveries, serves as a herald for the thought-provoking conversation that awaits us. Here and now, we embark on an intellectual odyssey, together contemplating the nuanced implications and boundless applications of generative AI, an inexorable force reshaping the core, fabric, and foundation of our creative disciplines and endeavors. In the forthcoming sequence, we peer into the virtual, where AI transcends its role as a mere tool and emerges as a speculative catalyst, driving the very essence of the human-machine space relation. Our academic event is a prospect where machinic acumen and human ingenuity converge in tandem, both co-curators and co-creators of worlds in becoming.